Serbia, officially the Republic of Serbia, is a sovereign state situated at the crossroads between Central and Southeast Europe, covering the southern part of the Pannonian Plain and the Central Balkans. Serbia is landlocked and borders Hungary to the north, Romania and Bulgaria to the east, Macedonia to the south, and Croatia, Bosnia, and Montenegro to the west. It also claims a border with Albania through the disputed territory of Kosovo. The capital of Serbia, Belgrade, is one of the largest cities in Southeast Europe. As of a 2011 census, Serbia had a total population of 7.2 million. Following the Slavic migrations to the Balkans from the 6th century onwards, Serbs established several states in the early Middle Ages. The Serbian Kingdom obtained recognition by Roman Constantinople in 1217. It reached its peak in 1346 as a relatively short-lived Serbian empire. By the mid-16th century, the entire territory of modern-day Serbia was annexed by the Ottoman Empire, at times interrupted by the Habsburgs. In the early 19th century, the Serbian Revolution established the nation-state as the region's first constitutional monarchy, which subsequently expanded its territory. Following disastrous casualties in World War I, and subsequent unification of Habsburg Crownland of Vojvodina with Serbia, the country co-founded Yugoslavia with other South Slavic peoples, which would exist in various political formations until the Yugoslav wars of the 1990s, which had devastating effects for the region. As a result, Serbia formed a union with Montenegro in 1992, which broke apart in 2006, when Serbia again became an independent country. In 2008, the Parliament of Kosovo, Serbia's southern province with an Albanian ethnic majority, declared independence, with mixed responses from the international community. Serbia is a member of the UN, COE, OSCE, PFP, BSEC, and CEFTA. As a membership candidate, Serbia is currently negotiating its EU accession. The country is acceding to the WTO and is a militarily neutral state. Serbia is an upper-middle-income economy with dominant service sector, followed by the industrial sector and agriculture. The country ranks high in Social Progress Index and Global Peace Index. Geography. Located at the crossroads between Central and Southern Europe, Serbia is found in the Balkan Peninsula and the Pannonian Plain. Serbia lies between latitudes 41 degrees and 47 degrees north, and longitudes 18 degrees and 23 degrees east. The country covers a total of 88,361 square kilometers, which places it at 113th place in the world with Kosovo excluded. The total area is 77,474 square kilometers, which would make it 117th. Its total border length amounts to 2,027 kilometers. All of Kosovo's border with Albania, Macedonia and Montenegro are under control of the Kosovo Border Police. Serbia treats the 352 kilometers long border between Kosovo and Central Serbia as an administrative line. It is under shared control of Kosovo Border Police and Serbian police forces, and there are 11 crossing points. The Pannonian Plain covers the northern third of the country while the easternmost tip of Serbia extends into the Wallachian Plain. The terrain of central part of the country, with the region of Šumadija at its heart, consists chiefly of hills traversed by the rivers. Mountains dominate the southern third of Serbia. Dinaric Alps stretch in the west and the southwest following the flow of the rivers Drina and Ibar. Carpathian Mountains and Balkan Mountains stretch in north-south direction in the east in Serbia. Ancient mountains in the southeast corner of the country belong to Rilo-Rodopi mountain system. Elevation ranges from the mid-or peak of the Balkan Mountains at 2,169 meters to the lowest point of just 17 meters near Danube River river at Prahovo. Climate. The climate of Serbia is under the influences of the landmass of Eurasia and Atlantic Ocean and Mediterranean Sea, with mean January temperatures around 0 degrees Celsius, and mean July temperatures of 22 degrees Celsius. It can be classified into humid subtropical climate. In the north, the climate is more continental, with cold winters, and hot, humid summers along with well-distributed rainfall patterns. In the south, summers and autumns are drier, and winters are relatively cold, with heavy inland snowfall in the mountains. Differences in elevation, proximity to the Adriatic Sea and large river basins, as well as exposure to the winds account for climate variations. Southern Serbia is subject to Mediterranean influences. However, the Dinaric Alps and other mountain ranges contribute to the cooling of most of the warm air masses. Winters are quite harsh in the Pesta Plateau, because of the mountains which encircle it. One of the climatic features of Serbia is Kosava, a cold and very squally southeastern wind which starts in the Carpathian Mountains and follows the Danube northwest, through the Iron Gate where it gains a jet effect and continues to Belgrade and can spread as far south as Nis. The average annual air temperature for the period 1961 to 1990 for the area with an altitude of up to 300 meters is 10.9 degrees Celsius. The areas with an altitude of 300 to 500 meters have an average annual temperature of around 10.0 degrees Celsius, and over 1,000 meters of altitude around 6.0 degrees Celsius. The lowest recorded temperature in Serbia was -39.5 degrees Celsius on 13 January 1985, Karajuka in Pesta, and the highest was 44.9 degrees Celsius or 112.8 degrees Fahrenheit. On 24 July 2007, recorded in Smederevska Palanka. Serbia is one of few European countries with very high risk exposure to the natural hazards. It is estimated that potential floods, particularly in areas of central Serbia, threaten over 500 larger settlements and an area of 16,000 square kilometers. The most disastrous were the floods in May 2014, when 57 people died and a damage of over €1.5 billion was incited. Hydrology. Almost all of Serbia's rivers drain to the Black Sea, by way of the Danube River. The Danube, the second largest European river, passes through Serbia with 588 kilometers and represents the largest source of fresh water. It is joined by its biggest tributaries, the Great Morava, Sava and Tisa rivers. One notable exception is the Pčinja, which flows into the Aegean. Due to configuration of the terrain, natural lakes are sparse and small. Most of them are located in the lowlands of Vojvodina, like the glacial Lake Palić or numerous oxbow lakes along river flows. However, there are numerous artificial lakes, mostly due to hydroelectric dams. The biggest being Medap on the Danube with 163 square kilometers on the Serbian side, as well as the deepest, Peručić on the Drina, and Vlasina. The largest waterfall, Jelivanic, located in Kopaonik, is 71 meters high. Abundance of relatively unpolluted surface waters and numerous underground natural and mineral water sources of high water quality presents a chance for export and economy improvement. However, more extensive exploitation and production of bottled water began only recently. Environment. With 29.1% of its territory covered by forest, Serbia is considered to be a middle forested country, compared on a global scale to world forest coverage at 30%, and European average at 35%. The total forest area in Serbia is 2,252,000 ha or 0.3 hectares per inhabitant. The most common trees are oak, beech, pines and firs. Serbia is a country of rich ecosystem in species diversity, covering only 1.9% of the whole European territory. Serbia is home to 39% of European vascular flora, 51% of European fish fauna, 40% of European reptile and amphibian fauna, 74% of European bird fauna, 67% European mammal fauna. Its abundance of mountains and rivers make it an ideal environment for a variety of animals, many of which are protected, including wolves, lynx, bears, foxes and stags. Mountain of Tara in western Serbia is one of the last regions in Europe where bears can still live in absolute freedom. Serbia is also home to about 380 species of bird, including the imperial eagle, the great bustard, the corncrake and the Madagascar pocket. In Kars-Kabara, there are over 300 bird species on just a few square kilometers. Uvace Gorge is considered one of the last habitats of white-head vulture in Europe. There are 377 protected areas of Serbia, encompassing 4,947 square kilometers or 6.4% of the country. The Spatial Plan of the Republic of Serbia states that the total protected area should be increased to 12% by 2021. Those protected areas include 5 national parks, 15 nature parks, 15 landscapes of outstanding features, 61 nature reserves, and 281 natural monuments. Air pollution is a significant problem in Bor area, due to work of large copper mining and smelting complex, and Pančevo where oil and petrochemical industry is based. Some cities suffer from water supply problems, due to mismanagement and low investments in the past, as well as water pollution. Poor waste management has been identified as one of the most important environmental problems in Serbia, and the recycling is a fledgling activity, with only 15% of its waste being turned back for reuse. The 1999 NATO bombing caused serious damage to the environment, with several thousand tons of toxic chemicals stored in targeted factories and refineries released into the soil and water basins.